guys, for today's look, I wanted to do something darker using the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 2 palette that I had got in my BoxyCharm. Not last month, but the month before that. I've been consistently using this non-stop. I love this palette, but I always do something light and bronzy. So for this tutorial, I wanted to challenge myself and create a darker eyeshadow look with a darker lip. I love the way that this turned out. Hopefully you guys do too, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. First thing is to prime your eyes. I use the Shany Cosmetics eye primer to do that. So here's a close-up of the palette to show you guys all of the different shades I'm going to be using. Almost all of them actually I used today for this look. So to get started, you want to pick up this matte, it's like a neutral lighter tan shade, and work this through the crease from inner to outer corner with a fluffy brush. It's going to work as a transitional eyeshadow for later when we start blending more things through the crease. It'll just help everything to blend better together. Next, pick up that darker shimmery gray eyeshadow and work that on the outer half of the lid. So starting from the middle of your eyelid, just work your way back into that outer corner. I'm using a flat shader brush to do this because I like the way that it packs it on. However, you absolutely have to blend this out. You can't just like leave it chilling like that. So go back through with that first blending brush that you had used with the very first eyeshadow just to help smooth the lines down and work that into the crease. So now we have to darken that eyelid. To do that, I would recommend using a cream eyeliner. I'm using this one in black from e.l.f. Cosmetics with a very tiny eyeshadow brush so that I could get it exactly where I want it. With this product, it tends to dry very fast. It's super long wearing, but it's basically going to work as a base for us when we put on eyeshadows over top. It'll help make them look more vibrant, and it'll just help darken and deepen the whole eye look itself. So I'm mainly keeping this only on the eyelid, and then I'm packing back on over top that gray that we had used, and once again blending that into the crease. If you're just going in with nothing on your brush, it's a lot harder to blend out. So this definitely helps with the transition up into that crease. With a very small pencil brush, pick up that darker, shimmering, beautiful blue eyeshadow and put that into the outer V of the eye, so below the crease, and work it slightly inwards. So you don't need to blend at this moment, you just want to get the color there. To blend this eyeshadow out, you want to use the eyeshadow Seaside. So it's not the lightest brown, it's the medium brown. And you want to work this over the outer corners of the blue and then up into the brow bone. I love using this brush because it is so small. I find that sometimes with crease colors, it becomes overwhelming and it gets all over the eye and it ends up going places you didn't want it to go, but this helps to prevent that from happening. Applying Siren now from the palette, which is the darkest brown, right over Riptide, which was the blue that we had used earlier. With the same brush, the same small pencil brush, just working that into the outer V and slightly bringing it inwards to darken things up. So we're really just intensifying the color and sort of creating a more smoky cut crease look by applying darker shades right under the crease and then blending the lighter shades up past the crease onto the brow bone. So I'm just going back and forth between the pencil brush and this really small blending brush to get the most perfect smoked out effect. By this time, with all of the blending, I feel like the blue had gotten a little lost, so I wanted to pull some more through by simply patting it onto the eyelid from outer to inner corner. I used the eyeshadow Sunset from the palette, which is a beautiful, glowy, iridescent gold. I thought it went really well with this eye look because I felt like Pearl from the palette would have been too bright. So I used a flat shader brush to pack this onto the inner corners in a few layers actually, because I definitely wanted this to be seen, and also to help make the eyes pop even more, I decided to pack on Breezy, which was the first gray eyeshadow we used, in the very center of the lid. Almost used every single eyeshadow from this palette for this eye look, which I'm pretty happy about. That was definitely my goal. I wanted to finish the look with false lashes from e.l.f. Cosmetics and cat winged eyeliner from LA Girl Fine Line Long Lasting Fine Tip Liquid Liner. So that completes the eye look for now. We will definitely be going back so that I can show you guys how I did the lower lash line. For my foundation, I used the Makeup Forever Ultra HD in Y375. This usually matches me pretty well, but I had spent the entire day outside working, so I got burnt and didn't even realize it. So my body was red and the foundation is yellow, so it didn't quite match me the way it usually does. But regardless, I do love this foundation stick. It has great coverage. Before that foundation, I did use Marula face oil and the Shany Cosmetics Hydrating Foundation Primer. Brand new LA Girl Pro Conceal HD High Definition Concealer in Creamy Beige. I finally had to purchase another one, and instead of getting it in natural, I decided to get it in Creamy Beige because it's slightly more yellow, and I really love the way that yellow looks on my skin. It just kind of helps to neutralize all that redness. Two new beauty blenders that have became a part of my collection now from Shany Cosmetics. I don't know if it's Shany or Shany. I feel like it's got to be one or the other. They had sent me a pack of 10 different sized and shaped beauty blenders or blending sponges, and the one I had used for my foundation was one of them, and then this one that I'm using here is the other. It basically looks like a swollen fingertip. It really was the perfect shape and size for working concealer on the high points of the face. And I also made sure to set everything with my Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder. So this is another blending sponge from that set that they had sent me. I really liked this because it has a nice sharp point to it. So I decided to go in with my BH Studio Pro palette bronzer. It's like a warmer kind of shade. And I used that very sharp tip to create a contour line under my cheekbone, and then I blended that out with the other end of the blending sponge. And I also applied this down the sides of my nose and tip of my nose for a bit of a contour there. Just to add a bit more color to the face, I used the Makeup Geek Skin Bronzer for fair skin in Sunkissed. I liked this because it's a lighter bronzer, so it gives me just a little bit of color, not too much. With this dark eye, I didn't want to overwhelm the look with too much color on the face, so this was the perfect amount for me. So I put this all over the outer corners of my face. And then for a highlight, I wanted something that didn't look cakey, something that just kind of melted right into the skin. I put this on my cheekbones and the tip of my nose. It's from Temptu. Also got this in my BoxyCharm. It's called Liquid Glow. So you just shake it, and then I applied it on the back of my hand and worked it on with, yet again, another one of my blending sponges from that set that Shany Cosmetics had sent me. All right, so going back to the eyes, I worked through a little bit of that dark brown through the lash line. I made sure to blend that out. And then I also went through with a little bit of eyeliner. It's like a shimmery eyeliner from Catrice Cosmetics. It's called Liquid Metal. So I really thought that that made the eyes pop, and I loved the color of it. So I decided to line my waterline with this. And it's a gel eye pencil in the shade Hazel the Hoff. Love using shades like this. I feel like it helps to make my eyes look more green. Mascara from Julep called Length Matters to blend my natural lashes into the falsies and to also give a little more definition and length to the falsies. And I also ran this through my lower lashes as well. This mascara is great for any time you are doing a dramatic eye makeup look because it will darken the lashes very well, but it won't ever smear. So it's very long lasting. I love it and I always use it. I was going to do a pink lip, which is why my lips looked so pink because I had tried to wipe off the lip stain and it didn't really come off that well. After seeing the way that the pink lips looked with the Smokey Eye, I immediately was like, this is not working at all. So I decided to do something darker, and I used my new Makeup Forever Artist Liquid Matte lipstick in 505, and I'm so happy that I decided to go for this because it is one of the coolest lip shades that I have ever tried before. It looks different in different lighting, but it's basically like a very dark plum that sometimes looks brown, sometimes looks more purple, sometimes looks a little red. It's so cool, and I thought it matched perfectly with the whole eye makeup look. So that completes most of the makeup look, I just decided after this to go in with a little bit heavier of a brow to match the whole dark vibe going on. So I filled it in a little bit, my eyebrows, with the Chocolate Brownie Cocoa Powder Brow Pencil from Too Faced in Auburn. But that completes the makeup look. Guys, I have been planning new videos for you for the rest of this month and also leading up into Halloween for next month. Please let me know if you guys have any recommendations so that I know what to film and what you guys want to see. Thank you for watching. If you liked this tutorial, please leave a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time.